Democrats may have impinged David Hogg's civil rights, says Orange Man's top lawyer. Now, why would Orange Man's top lawyer want to get involved in this? Like, why would Orange Man's top lawyer be running to the defense of David Hogg? This makes no sense, except it does. David Hogg is a massive liability to the Democrats. The Democrats know this. That's why they're trying to get rid of him. And now does it make sense why the Republicans are defending him? If the Republicans side with David Hogg and force the Democrats to keep him, dude, that's going to cripple them for this next election season. These guys know what they're doing. Yeah, so like what was it, like Napoleon said, you never interrupt an enemy when they're making a mistake. Yeah, so but when you see them trying to correct that mistake, that's when you step in and stop that. Like, no, please go on. No, that's totally not a mistake. Keep doing it. All right. A Justice Department official has encouraged David Hogg to file a civil rights report after his election was challenged over the Democratic Party's gender parity rules. In February, Hogg, a gun control activist, became one of the 3 vice chairs of the Democratic National Committee. However, an unsuccessful candidate challenged the results, alleging the procedural errors in the vote disadvantaged female candidates. See, nothing's ever going to be enough for them. We already saw their female candidate for president just get wrecked. That's not enough. You want to embarrass more women's? Harmeet Dillon, an assistant attorney general for civil rights at the Department of Injustice and longtime ally of President Orange Man, encouraged Hogg to file a report about the incident. Yeah, we'll be more than happy to help you. Yeah, we'll help you sue the DNC. We'll gladly do them financial damage and then force them to bring you back on. If anyone knows David, let him know he can file a complaint here, she wrote on Twitter. On Tuesday, the message included a line to an Injustice Department webpage where individuals could get help for illegal discrimination resulting from DEI programs. I love this pendulum shift, man. Hog maxing. All right, so why it matters. Following the current D-1 election, which saw Republicans win the White House and the Senate and maintain the House, the Dim party has grappled with internal divisions and widening rifts over its priorities. Some members attribute November's defeat to the party's focus on DEI, suggesting alienated voters. Those are the smart ones. Now DEI principles are the forefront of a leadership shakeup that could reverse a recent vote for 2 vice chair positions. Let's make them keep doing the recounts until like 2028. Dillon made a comment in response to a clip of Hogg's May 9th appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher, where he discussed the erection challenge. Hogg told Maher, frankly, I don't even know if it makes sense for us to have gender balance rule anymore this day and age, because I want to focus on whoever's just the best at the job. Oh, okay. So now that your position is threatened, now suddenly you want meritocracy. Oh, but up until it was your job on the line, you were all about that DEI, huh? Every time. February 1st, Hogg and Pennsylvania State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta were elected to the vice chair positions after a 3rd round of voting. Later that month, Kaylin Free, an attorney from Oklahoma who was unsuccessful in a bid for a vice chair position, filed a complaint alleging the DNC improperly merged 2 separate questions into a single vote. DNC rules require the executive committee be as equally divided as practicable along gender lines. However, instead of holding separate votes for the 2 remaining vice chair positions, DNC conducted a single vote for both spots. Free said the combined vote unfavorably favored male candidates, as members were required to select at least 1 man to maintain gender parity. How would that unfairly favor them, though? Wouldn't that same rule apply to women? The DNC Credentials Committee sided with Free on Monday, recommending that the election results be invalidated and a new vote be held as soon as practicable. This decision now awaits her full DNC membership vote for final approval. All right, let's go, man. Let's keep them doing this. Keep them at each other's throats. Susan Eads-Rowe, who represents Free at the committee's meeting on Monday, said the final round vote counts were as follows. So Malcolm Kenyatta received 298, David Hogg received 214, Gina Repass received 112, Kaylin Free received 96, and Shasti Conrad received 91 and a half. Yeah, so David Hogg as well. So where did those half votes come from? If same seat votes were cast in the new election, Kenyatta, whoever received the most votes, would secure a vice chair seat. However, Hogg could miss out. So who would replace him? That Gianna Repass one? Yeah, Kaylin is there 214 to 96, thinking she's still within striking distance. Well, let them do it, man. Let's just keep redoing the election until you get the results you want. Hogg told Newsweek earlier this month that he plans to keep fighting for the Democratic Party even if he is ousted from his position. Yeah, he right now, this basically is his job. He's just a professional agitator at this point. May as well milk his 15 minutes of fame for all it's worth, and then just retire with a big bag of cash. Obviously, I would prefer I not be removed. However, in the case I am, I'm still going to fight to build the strongest Democratic Party possible. If you really believed that, you would just quit. You would leave because you are one of the things that's weakening it. Party's been around for over 170 years, has evolved a lot, obviously, since the beginning. And I think at the moment, I think that what the moment calls for is making sure that we have the strongest people possible to fight in our party, he added. Hogg Hogg has also been at the center of controversy within the party of his plans to spend $20 million throughout through his political action group, Leaders We Deserve, to fund primary challenges against incumbent Democrats, and New York Lies reported. That's not a bad idea, actually. DNC Chair Ken Martin said Hogg's activities raised concerns about party unity and suggested altering party bylaws to require a neutrality pledge for vice chairs. No, see, this right here is the exact kind of attitude, like with teachers' unions, why you have so many shitty teachers. Because they're kind of the same way. They're all about circling the wagons around their worst members instead of, doing some meritocracy. Dylan was sworn in as head of the DOJ's Civil Rights Division on April 7th. Earlier this month, the DOJ launched an investigation into Washington state law that requires clergy members to report information about child abuse or neglect obtained during confessions without exemptions for Catholic priests' confessional privilege. The Civil Rights Division is examining whether the law infringes on the First Amendment's free exercise of religion, saying it specifically targets clergy, while other mandatory reports can assert legal privileges. Now, when I first heard about this, at first I was like, well, yeah, if someone literally confesses to committing a heinous crime, you should probably be required to report them. So what are they complaining about? But it's that second one. Why do all these others get exemptions? Either they all do or none of them do. It needs to be fair. I understand the argument from that perspective. Now, what happens next? The DNC approves the new elections that will be conducted by the full DNC membership, comprising 448 voting members at a future meeting. The next regular DNC meeting is scheduled for August. Man, this must be a good job, man. Only meeting twice a year. Yeah, that I wish I could only have 2 meetings a year at my job. Holy shit, that would have been nice. Yeah, it's one of the cases where the weaker, more incompetent parts of the machine sees itself as more than what it is. Yeah, that's pretty common here, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for us. Yeah, the more they keep destroying each other, the better it is for us, man. I don't think this is a bad thing at all.